barbecue. That's what I like about Texas. Hello everybody, my name is Tyler from Texas and welcome to another motor vlog! Sorry, just being kind of random. Today we're going on a little adventure. We're going to see the Lost Pines here just outside of Bastrop, Texas and in Bastrop, Texas. Currently we're in a little town of Elgin and we're going to go on a highway in a little bit and head south to where all the Lost Pines are. You'll get a bit of taste of the Lost Pines here on this highway, but you get to see most of it on the other highway, if that makes sense. Hope that explains things well, or else this video is going to suck! Anyway, I'm super excited. I was just on Facebook and I learned that Gorillaz has released another song after what seems like 6 years, 5 years, 6 years, something like that. Oh my god, I can't wait to listen to it. That's going to be the first thing I'm going to do when I get back from writing, is watch that new Gorillaz video. Oh, big fan. Big fan. If you don't know Gorillaz, well, go listen to them. That's all I can say. You won't be disappointed. It's a little bit chilly outside. The sun is supposed to come out later today. It's been raining non-stop, like for the past 4 or 5 days. And for whatever reason, the sun decided not to come out yet. It'd be so much better if the sun decided to just break up the clouds so you get a little bit of warmth, but you know, I digress. Anyway, we're just now leaving Elgin. It's a nice little small town. Haven't really been to the historic downtown part of Elgin, but the people seem generally nice. As you saw earlier, I was at the Dairy Queen having lunch, and I swear I'm just surrounded by typical good old countrymen, just hanging out, talking. And apparently one of the cooks was singing, and then one of the guys came up to the cash register and asked, "Which one of y'all singing? Because I like it. I'll give you a thumbs up." I mean, that's just kind of the small town hospitality you will potentially get once you get into any small town Texas, and probably small towns in general in the South. It's nice to appreciate some really nice people, and Elgin probably has this good cheer of them. We're now just entering the Lost Pines area, or at least some of it. You can notice some to my right, but it actually looks a lot nicer once we start heading on the other highway. Lost Pines is approximately 30 miles east of Austin, and there are a bunch of trees that are 13 square miles long, and the next set of pine trees nearest to them is about 100 miles due east. Many people think the Lost Pines was part of the other group of pine trees out over in East Texas, but due to a massive flood that happened in the Brazos River a long time ago, is the reason why we have these random pine trees in this part of Texas. Most speculate now that that is not true. There's another reason for it, but I can't seem to remember what that other reason is. Nonetheless, it's fantastic that I'm riding out here again after it's been raining for so long, and I'm enjoying every little bit of it. I just wish it could be a little bit warmer, but it's not the worst. Now, as I mentioned in the other motovlog, the sad thing about that is in 2011 mostly, there was a massive wildfire that consumed a lot of the Lost Pines. So we will be seeing a bit of dead trees as we get into the other highway. Not so much this highway, but the highway we'll be going on later down the road. It's very sad, but you know, Mother Nature has its ways of cleansing the world, I guess. But there's been a huge effort to rebuild the Lost Pines. There's been a lot of volunteers and donations going to replanting painting and, you know, rebuilding houses that were burned down during the wildfire. And while there's probably areas that still needs work, we made immense progress to bring it back to its good old glory days, so to speak. This is kind of funny. So ever since I started doing motor vlogs, I've been calling it motor vlogs, like motorcycle. And I thought it makes sense, right? But apparently, I was looking at the other motor vloggers, you know, Yummy R6, Chase on Two Wheels, Motonosity, Cycle Cruiser, and apparently it's not called motor vlog, it's moto vlog, like Motorola. So, I feel kind of stupid. So the very first two, you know, motovlog videos are just really just music videos in its own sense, because all it is me writing with songs playing in the background. I had to change the title and the tag to make it moto vlogs instead of motor vlogs. So yeah, I feel kind of silly. Granted, these series of videos I'm doing now, I just call them motor series, and I'm probably just going to keep it at that, unless for whatever reason I need to change it just moto vlog there, but it should be fine the way it is. I certainly do hope the sun will come out. I think it will at some point later in the afternoon, but it might not come soon enough. Now that's a gorgeous little pine tree right there, isn't it? I don't know if you guys can see that, but I certainly did. We're now kind of on the edge. This is what I personally enjoy the most when riding on motorcycles. Just going on the back road, so to speak, where there's not so many people around, and you just get to enjoy the nature that surrounds you. In this particular case, they're the pine trees. And sometime in the future, I'll be going on a ride to the hill country and eventually ghost towns. So it's an old-fashioned cemetery right there, McDade Cemetery. I want to say McDade is a place where South by Southfest was hosted last year. And I can't remember if South by Southfest is always hosted in McDade. But I wanted to go there, but I couldn't. They had a band called Explosions in the Sky playing, among other things, and I really wanted to see Explosions in the Sky again. If you don't know what Explosions in the Sky is, it's basically an instrumental. I don't know how you describe it. It's rock, I guess, but it's not really rock. Maybe it's like folk rock. I just can't describe it, but something about them is just very majestic. Explosions in the Sky music. I haven't listened to them in so many years though, but I am sure they've released new content since I last heard them. Now you can probably see more of the pine trees to the left and to the right. I'm hoping to find some place to pull over so you guys can have a better look. Well, that probably won't be for quite some time. So as most of you are probably aware of, today is January 19th, 2017. It's about noon. In approximately 24 hours, Donald Trump is going to be our new president of the United States. There's going to be a lot of tension in the air, but at this point in the game, all I can do is hope for the best. That's really all you can do with any president that comes into office, no matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat, a libertarian or socialist, or, you know, whatever political party you align yourself in. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Being a president is very, very hard, and that's just taking it lightly. It's probably the hardest job in the world when it comes to a lot of things. And all I can say is, you know, hope for the best. Despite by some very controversial things Trump has said. You know, what's done is done. Hope for the best and do what is necessary to hopefully make this country great again. No pun intended. For all those of you guys who are wondering, no, I did not vote for Trump, and no, I did not vote for Clinton. I ended up voting third party because I really didn't like any of them. And funny thing is, even though I voted third party, it didn't matter. Not because they didn't win, but apparently my vote didn't count because I voted outside of my, I didn't register to vote apparently, so they took an absentee vote, hoping to get approved. They denied it. But yeah, it doesn't really matter now. We are almost to the highway we need to exit off of. Something I have just started to realize is I hope you guys can hear me okay. It should be fine. I adjusted my mic a little bit and adjusted the settings to hopefully give it the perfect quality. Oh, there's a trooper right there, I think I'm fine. Oh no, that's not a trooper. What is that? That is a really old car. Like mid to late 80s Toyota Camry or something. We're about to approach that highway. It's right up there actually on the horizon. But I mean, this is just awesome right now. There's not a single car in front of me. There's one behind me, but he's like 200 yards away. I just wish this would occur more often. But of course, we'll always deal with traffic. So at this point, I'm just sort of a broken record. I've said this before, I'm sure. Oh, and the sun is trying to get out up there. Please come out. Please come out. We're also in a bit more farmland now that we're outside of Austin. There's a bit of cattle over there. Highway 21, that's where we need to go on. Alright, slowing down just a little bit. I don't know how sharp of a turn this is going to be. Okay, that's not too bad at all. Let me just make sure I'm all clear. Yep, looks like it. We're about 13 miles north of Bastrop, but we're pretty much in pine tree country now. The roads are a bit more wet than I wanted to be, but it's not the worst. I'm not too familiar with this road. I've only been on it one other time, and it was my car. So if you see me take some turns a little bit easy, that's part of the reason, and also that the roads is not the driest, because I don't want to get myself hurt, obviously. Say what you want about that, but I don't care. Old Potato! Hot Potato! There's a street that's called Old Potato, and it's right there where that car is. They have funny names sometimes. I kid you not, there's a road in a suburb called Cedar Park, and the road is called Nameless. It has no name, it's just called Nameless. It's just always funny to me. I don't know how bored they were. Oh wow, look at that. Look at all that. How bored or how desperate must you be to not come up with a better name? Oh, we can't think of a better name, so let's just call it Nameless. It doesn't have a name. I don't know, maybe some guy that was named Nameless, which that'd be kind of sad. But who knows? There's a reason for everything, I suppose, but it's still funny. You know, I wouldn't mind living out here. It's not too far from Austin. It's far enough away to be sort of on your own. Not too many people around. And yeah, here's what I'm talking about. The forest fires caused all this. And that was 5 years ago at least. There's some small new pine trees in this place, some younglings as they call it. I don't know what they call them, to be honest. I'm calling them younglings, so whatever. But it's just really, really sad. I mean, it looks like in some areas, it's like a nuclear bomb went off. But then you see areas where it hasn't been burned down. I mean, this place would have been gorgeous has there not been that forest fire. But alas, there was. Not much you can do about it. I think I'm good on fuel. I'll get fuel in Bastrop. There are some of the state parks you can go to. Whoa there. Turn. This is horrible. Look at this. I'm not kidding when I call it the graveyard of the trees. Imagine how much prettier this place would be if the forest fire never happened. Many people lost their homes. And now they're kind of, some might still be in the process of rebuilding. See that? That's, when I mean people are planting new trees, that's exactly what I'm talking about. They'll make up for all this. And you know, there's actually one good thing about the forest fire, is that it refertilizes all the soil, so all these plants are growing a lot faster than they normally would. And now we're coming up to the best part of the highway, in my opinion. Want to be right under all those pine trees. This is what it's supposed to look like. Not all this. It's kind of interesting. Bad, good. Bad, good. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm like in another state now. Maybe Colorado. Arkansas, maybe. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm so glad at least this part of the forest is saved. Ah, I got an itch on my head, and I can't do anything about it because I'm wearing a helmet. Ah! Shake it off! Shake it off! Shake it off! Ah, I think it made it worse. Ah! Man, I'm trying to think if there is any good place to all over, but you know, I've only gone this road one other time and I can't think of any good spots really. Ooh, look at that. There's a jet right there. That's really cool. I forgot there was a military base here of some sort. Here we are, fellas. We're entering the town of Bastrop, the second oldest town in Texas. I forget what came first. Maybe it was Washington on the Brazos. Might be wrong. Alright, we want to turn left. And there's a gas station I'm going to pull into. Get me some fuel and then we'll be on our way back. Can get this helmet off so I can get rid of that damn itch. Man, this is a long light, isn't it? There we go. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, there's a gas station I want to go to. Buc-ee's! Just gotta wait for this truck to pass and then I can safely turn. Now I just gotta find a gas pump. It's a huge gas station. Yeah, for whatever reason, Buc-ee's is really famous here in this part of Texas. They're basically a travel gas station. I forget where the first one's at exactly, but it's kind of funny how huge these things are. There's nothing wrong with Buc-ee's, actually. If you ever get to stop by, check it out. It's very interesting. Alright. Now just give me a few seconds while I get some gas. Well, let me show you my motorcycle, actually. I don't think you guys have ever had a good look at it. Yep, that's my CBR 500. Okay, let's get back on the road and start heading home. Well guys, to be completely honest, I don't know what else to say. You've just seen the Las PINES, talked a little bit about politics, and about the new music video Gorillaz has just released. I think that's just about all I can say at this time. So unless anything pops up in the middle of the road, I think I'm going to call this good for the day. I thank you again so much